Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. It's time to see a Marine leaving the Navy to become a pirate. And I'm not talking about Kuzan joining Blackbeard, but rather the moment when Koby joins the Straw Hats. Something fans have been waiting for a long time, and this will happen in order to rescue Garp. Koby's story is a classic example of overcoming challenges, where a fragile boy turns into a strong Marine, full of principles, yet holding an unshakable loyalty to Luffy. Koby's growth isn't just physical, but also emotional and ideological, and the theory exploring his journey suggests a deeper destiny intertwined with the Straw Hats, something that could end with his break from the Navy to join Luffy once and for all. Let's break this down in detail, considering the key events that shaped Koby and how he might become an important piece in the endgame of One Piece. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. It all starts in East Blue, Chapter 2, where Koby was a scared and weak boy, trapped on Alvida's pirate ship. He was nothing more than a lowly deckhand, without confidence or ambition. His life changes drastically when Luffy shows up, freeing him from his prison with a powerful punch and a smile. This moment is not just the beginning of a friendship, but also the starting point of Koby's awakening. As he sees in Luffy a symbol of freedom and strength, Luffy is the first person to believe in him. And Koby, without realizing it, is being prepared to become someone great. Someone who can change the world, just like his idol Luffy has been doing. From that point on, Koby begins his journey, not only in terms of physical growth, but also as a Marine, choosing the Navy as his way of pursuing justice. In Chapter 3, when saying goodbye to Luffy, Koby already has a dream of making a difference, but his view of justice starts being shaped by his experience in the Navy. The theory really starts taking shape when Koby begins to question the nature of the Navy itself. Along his journey, he realizes that the Navy he works so hard to protect is far from perfect. In Chapter 905, during Reverie, he expresses discomfort with the orders he receives, which are often tied to bureaucracy and corruption within the Navy itself rather than the true common good. He is a man with a pure and simple sense of justice, much closer to Luffy than to the admirals who follow orders blindly. This conflict starts eating away at Koby inside, as he can no longer reconcile his idealism with the dirty, manipulative actions of the Navy. Imagine Koby's dilemma. I train with Garp, I admire Luffy, but these Navy bosses are even more unbearable than Helmeppo whining, he thinks, as he observes the flaws of the institution that should represent the bastion of justice. The tension between his desire to do good and the reality of the Navy's corruption pushes him toward an inevitable breaking point. Having grown up under Garp's mentorship, Koby no longer sees the Navy as a symbol of pure justice, but rather as an institution serving political and elitist interests. The major turning point in this theory comes in Chapter 1157, when Garp is captured by Blackbeard at Hachinosu. Koby, imprisoned alongside his grandfather and mentor, now has the chance to rethink everything he once believed to be right. His experience with the Navy had already been showing cracks, but being in such an extreme situation, watching his mentor captured, most likely by the villain, who represents the very opposite of everything he stands for, could be the catalyst, forcing him to make a final decision. Having narrowly escaped death, Koby begins questioning whether staying in the Navy, with all its corruption, is truly the right way to fight for justice. Luffy's vision, his fight against Blackbeard, and his unique way of seeing the world begins to make more sense. What Luffy represents an ideal of freedom, friendship, and justice without the chains of institutions becomes increasingly appealing to Koby. His break from the Navy becomes inevitable. The key to this entire theory is Koby's relationship with Luffy. In Chapter 432, when Koby reunites with Luffy in Water 7, it's already clear he has grown a lot since the days of East Blue. Koby is stronger, more mature, and now as Captain of Sword, Chapter 903, he holds a higher position within the Navy. Yet, despite this rise, his respect and admiration for Luffy never waver. The fact that Koby continues respecting Luffy's freedom and lifestyle even while being a Marine shows the deep connection they share. Koby sees Luffy as a model of true justice, and upon realizing the Navy's corruption, he understands that his place is no longer with the institution, but with Luffy, the person he has always admired. By abandoning the Navy, Koby would return to the family that always accepted him, the Straw Hats. Imagine Koby finally stepping onto the Sunny and saying, "Hey little bro, I'm bringing the fire to the barbecue and a few secrets that could burn down the government." Koby's arrival on the Sunny wouldn't just be a return home, it would also be confirmation that he made the right right choice. With the knowledge he has gained over the years, especially about the Navy's flaws, he could help the Straw Hats in their fight against the world government. Koby would be a crucial member of the crew, not only for his combat skills and leadership, but also for the valuable information he could share. Garp is, without a doubt, the foundation of Koby's entire evolution. When Garp accepts Koby and Helmeppo under his wing in Chapter 68, he begins shaping them, not only as Marines, but as men who must understand the true essence of justice. Koby, initially a fragile and timid boy, is trained by Garp, and over the years he transforms into a respected Marine, showing great skill in techniques like Rokushiki, Chapter 903. Garp's training is harsh, but it is what truly allows Koby to develop his potential. However, the relationship between Garp and Koby goes beyond master and apprentice. Throughout the story, Garp demonstrates his loyalty to the ideals of freedom, something that aligns more with Luffy's vision than with the Navy's rigid bureaucracy. Garp is not just another Marine soldier. He is someone who, in the past, defied orders to follow his own principles of justice, as we saw when he joined forces with Roger to defeat Rox D. Zebek, Chapter 957. This proves that Garp is not a slave to Navy rules, but someone who bends them when necessary, especially when the greater good is at stake. This is a trait Koby not only admires, but also begins to internalize as part of his own code of ethics. The theory really gains strength in Chapter 1157, when Garp is captured by Blackbeard during a confrontation at Hachinosu. This event is crucial to Koby's journey, as it is the first time he faces the reality that the Navy, the institution he has dedicated himself to, won't be able to save him. Garp, an almost mythical figure within the Navy, is in the hands of the enemy, and Koby realizes the Navy's powerlessness against a real threat like Blackbeard. The Navy lacks both the resources and the motivation to effectively rescue Garp. This begins to shake Koby's perception of what the Navy truly represents. Seeing that the Navy does not move to save Garp, Koby concludes that only someone like Luffy, with his determination and rubber stubbornness, can actually rescue him. This realization is the spark that makes Koby question everything he has learned so far. Luffy is not just the captain of the Straw Hats, he is a hero who acts not according to institutional rules, but according to his own morality, his own vision of freedom and justice. In this moment of crisis, Koby could make a historic decision. Imagining the scene, we see Koby, tears in his eyes, running toward the Sunny and shouting, "Luffy, Grandpa's in trouble! I'm in on your crazy plan." This is not just an action scene, but a symbol of Koby breaking away from the Navy. He abandons loyalty to a failing institution in favor of something much stronger, the Straw Hat family and Luffy's ideals, with whom he shares the dream of a fairer world. This resonates even more when we reflect on Koby's relationship with Luffy. In Chapter 432, when Koby reunites with Luffy in Water 7, he is no longer the fragile young boy Luffy met in East Blue. Now, he is a man of character, someone who understands what it takes to fight for true justice without being bound by the bureaucracy of the Navy. Yet, his respect and admiration for Luffy never fade. For Koby, Luffy represents true justice, a justice free from the chains of the Navy. Garp's sacrifice for Koby in Chapter 1088, similar to Zoro's sacrifice for Luffy in Chapter 485, further strengthens the bond between Koby and his mentor. Garp is a pivotal figure in Koby's life, but seeing his mentor in danger makes Koby realize that his true mission is not to save the world by following rules, but to fight alongside the people who really matter, people like Luffy and the Straw Hats. Koby's decision to leave the Navy would not be a betrayal of Garp, but rather a choice for his own freedom and justice. He would join Luffy because deep down, Koby has already understood what truly matters: freedom, family, and the fight for a better world without the chains of a corrupt institution. By doing so, he would likely help Luffy defeat Blackbeard, Emu, and all the threats of the world government, finally finding his place alongside the person he has always admired. Koby would be living proof that even those who start within an oppressive system can break free and choose a just path, a path where true family is bound by ties that go far beyond the ones institutions try to impose. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.